Omanyala is showing that the Kenyans don't just win medals when it comes to the steeplechase, the 1500, the 8, the 5 and the 10. He is a history maker and a record breaker for the proud East African nation. And
as you run faster, where you headed?
Of course, athletes don't really realize that there's an end to what you're doing. People think that they'll stay on top forever. That doesn't happen. Imagine you're living 90 years.
It's a short-term
and then
career.
you like.
My season, I can describe it as a ball. A ball when thrown up has to come down at some point, and when it comes down, depends where it will land. So for me, my season has been landing on land, not on water.
And on today's episode, we dive deep into the incredible journey of the legendary Ferdinand Omanyala, one of Kenya's brightest sprinting stars, and not just Kenya but East Africa. He is currently the fastest man in Africa and the 9th fastest man in history, being the 3rd fastest man right now, if I'm not wrong. But Omanyala was born in 1996 in Nairobi, Kenya, and is a 100-meter sprinter who's made waves on the international athletic scene. Kenya has been known for the longest time for long-distance racing, but Omanyala, he says in his speech, he said his journey is an accident and his career is an accident. We'll get into that as we speak with him, but I wanted to really bring to you the story, and I hope it inspires you, of Ferdinand Omanyala. So his rise to fame has been, I wouldn't even call it fame, but legacy, which has been nothing short of extraordinary. Just last year, he not only competed in the Tokyo Olympics, but also won gold at the African Championships. His dedication and hard work are truly inspiring, and that is why I was really driven to share his story. As you know, we share stories of inspiration and to uplift other people. Now let's take a look at what goes into training for such an elite level athlete. Omanyala trains rigorously. He's one of the people who demystified the belief of Kenya can make the fastest, because we are known for people who run long distance races. But this gentleman is an inspiration because his hard work has been evident in everything that he does. And he focuses on speed, strength, and agility. His daily routine is intense, often involving multiple workouts, conditioning sessions, and recovery. And I like one of the things that he said in the interviews, that he learns every day. Just look at Omanyala. But he believes that for every season, you have to stay fit, not wait for a season to be fit.
just like Julius Yego, who became a world champion for Kenya in the javelin, Omanyala is showing that the Kenyans don't just win medals when it comes to the steeplechase, the 1500, the 8, the 5 and the 10. He is a history maker and a record breaker for the proud East African nation.
And this technique, I think, is something that if Kenya continues carrying to higher levels, then we'll make a lot more faster young Kenyans. But what interests me about Omanyala and why I decided to feature him on Victors with Victor is because he's one of the people who I've thought to give back to the community through his foundation, that we also get to talk about the Omanyala Foundation, but also his ambitions and dreams as a young person. I mean, to think a lot of athletes and artists, to be particular, when they're famous or when they're on the limelight, they don't think to build something for the future. A lot of us think just within that moment, but Omanyala is one of the people that is giving back to the community and is building to evolve into something else after his career in athletics. So beyond his achievements, he serves as a role model for aspiring athletes in Kenya through the Omanyala Foundation, and he shows that with determination, anything is possible. And that is what Omanyala says. His story inspires many young runners to chase their dreams. At some point, I even wanted to transition from being a movement enthusiast to being a runner because of Omanyala. But I appreciate this brother and I celebrate it. I had a chance to attend a local athletic meet where young athletes and young leaders were inspired by his story. But this time it was really powerful because we had delegates, we had ambassadors, we had government officials, and some of the people that are young leaders that have achieved or attained a victory through community work and through the work that they do. And that's how I happen to be in this gathering. So Omanyala is not just a sprinter, he's a symbol of perseverance and excellence in sports. As he continues to break barriers, we can't wait to see what's next for him. Maybe we get to dive deep into that as we interview him. So if you are enjoying this vlog and if you want to know about...
He's a lovable character and he's taken a really, really useful scout there in the form of Andre de Grasse.
Please stay through the end of the video and also drop a comment on the comment section. Let us know what you think, but also check him out on Instagram and check out his website as well. I had a chance to really interact with him and learn from him as well, and that is the reason I learned a lot from him, and that is the reason I want to share his story, because I believe it's a story of inspiration.
Une cotisation, comment est-ce que les membres adhèrent au club de sport de Miramassa?
I would like us to welcome none other than Mr. or rather Monsieur Ferdinand Omanyala.
Merci. I'm honored to be here as a member of the Miramas Athletics Club and a long friend to the French Embassy. Yeah, it's been incredible, and I'm just happy that we're here talking about sports and sports development, because that's who I am and that's who I'm representing. And I'm just happy that people can sit down in suits, government officials, embassies, to talk about sports and how it's impactful to the society. That means a lot. That means a lot. And I'm here today to represent athletes and just bring forth what I see and foresee the future of sports in Kenya and in Africa. With me here, I have a booklet you'll be given, the Omanyala Foundation. I want to push the impact of sports with the Omanyala Foundation, and I'm a testimony of accidents in sports. Because Kenya is known for middle and long distance, but through luck and fate, I am here as the second fastest man in the world in 2024 in a country that's not well known for sprints. So with the Omanyala Foundation, the main thing we're going to push is professionalize sports. You know, sports has been taken as a hobby. Sports has been taken as a second option. Sports has been taken so lightly, especially in Kenya. Whereas in other parts of the world, sports is a big thing. Sports feeds the economy. And there's so much coming into different countries because of sports. So that's what the Omanyala Foundation will so much solely focus on, but not forgetting education. I'm a student. I'm a chemistry student. I do Bachelor of Science in Chemistry at the University of Nairobi, but I still push sports at the highest levels. So one thing I want to push the foundation is to have these sportsmen and women nurture their talent, give them the best opportunity, the best platform to showcase their talent, and give them opportunities and bring money to their pockets, but not forget education. We don't go to school to get a degree. We go to school to learn. We don't go to school to just get through the system. We go to school to get expanded in our mindsets. So that's what we want to push the foundation. We're in talks with different universities One of them has agreed to give us 50% scholarship, but again, 50% scholarship lies on the foundation. So that's why we are calling on partnerships. If you believe in sports as one way to bring, to make the youth have a brighter future, then join me in this cause as we make this country, this continent, a great force to beckon in sports. Thank you.
We also have within our midst Samson. Where's Samson? I saw him earlier on.
Good speech, Jump.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for supporting. I'm here with the 9th fastest man in the world. I'm very honored to be in this party and to meet this gentleman. He's an inspiration not just to this country, but the entire globe. He's representing Kenya from Kenya, homeboy. Yes, Ferdinand. Introduce yourself to our viewers.
You've already done it.
There's no need to introduce you.
Yeah, but I'm Ferdinand Omanyala, and the beast from the east is me.
Yes.
Yep.
So, Ferdinand, what inspired your career in sports? You can move closer because it's starting to get loud.
Yeah, I said it before that this was an accident.
An accident.
I used to play rugby before.
That was a funny one, but an interesting one to hear as well.
So I played rugby. I was a fast winger. So just getting into the track and just seeing if I can do this. So I got in, and every day I was improving. I was getting faster. So my inspiration was, like I'm doing this, and I'm getting faster. And I'm someone who really likes genuine and out of the world things.
As you run faster, where you headed?
I mean, we chased the wind.
Just a minute.
We chased the wind. Hi, man. How are you? Good evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And thank you for
As you guys can see,
to my little jump.
he's the guy for the party.
Yeah, we'll be
So
there.
we're trying to cut the
Oh,
best
yeah. Okay, let's finish this and then
before the party begins.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I was asking.
We chase the wind.
You chase the wind.
Yeah. But one thing about me is I love doing something that people don't do.
Right.
And this it'll fit perfectly to what I want to do.
It'll fit perfectly, it fit perfectly.
Yeah.
This interview fit
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
But my interest, I think, as a sportman in the country, we've had sportmen go down. You're one of the people that I follow closely, and I've seen your transition and your trajectory. I must say, commendable.
Thank you.
And very smart.
Thank you very much. Of
And
course,
so-
athletes don't really realize that there's an end to what you're doing. People think that they'll stay on top forever. That doesn't happen.
It's a
Imagine you living 90 years.
It's a short-term
and then
career.
you're like running from 20 to 35.
Yes.
That's 15 years. You have 55 more years to live. You need to understand that there's an end to this, and you need to start planning.
Right.
Yeah.
That's smart. And so a foundation, as you guys know, I also run a foundation, and I look forward to collaboration with him, especially to bring him to Kibera. I know the kids there are very talented and be excited to have it. What inspired the foundation?
I don't want to leave this. I don't want to leave a gap. I want to bridge that gap of there was a sprinter. 6 years ago someone won the Commonwealth. They did it 6 years later. I don't want that. I want people to continue running after me. I want to have so many sprinters coming out of the country. So that's what inspired. But I sat back and said, we don't have opportunities for other sports. So I said, let the foundation cover everything. Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
And so, Omanyala, quick one, before we finish. I was reading your flyer and I went a little bit into your website. I saw a little bit. It's well articulated. And what I'm asking is, you want to talk about the beauty of what Omanyala and how big Omanyala is. What are the challenges that have inspired and really spark the Omanyala Foundation and the Omanyala that we see?
Of course, I don't want other athletes to have accidents like I did. I want them to get the platform ready. I want them to get the stage is set. So that's what the Omanyala Foundation will be mostly about.
The moment of the
Thank you.
the memorable moment, thank you very much. The memorable moment that I remember is when you as you guys can see, I want to ask you. A last quick question. The memorable moment that I remember, that I read a frustration on your face, is when you traveled, landed and competed, but still did well, commendably well. How did that feel for you, and why did you put that as a tagline
I mean,
Because that stood out in that particular interview.
I mean, the challenge is always there, but you know, for me to travel, I knew I'm going to get there 2 hours to my race. That was to show that whenever you get an opportunity, you remember COVID, we competed this weekend, and on Monday everything was closed down. Whenever you get an opportunity, use it. You don't know when it's gonna come again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ferdinand. I'm gonna let you party
Asante.
Friday, and all the best.
Thank you, man.
Adventure.
I appreciate it.